Hello, you beautiful Spark, and welcome back to another solo episode of Spark TV. I am your host, the CEO and founder here at Spark Business, and I'm so happy that you're here today. I've probably got a quick one, but I just wanted to, share, a little moment of, I don't know if it was clarity that I had yesterday. So, look, trigger warning, Trump tariffs. So I try my best to live my life not worrying so much about what's going on in the world. I really try to avoid news. Unfortunately, my husband's Canadian. So every night what we have on the television is, YouTube clips of, the comedians that do the commentary of Trump's latest antics. So, and lately, as you can imagine, they are getting pretty wild. It just feels a little like overwhelming and incessant. Every night it's like problems, like the share market's dropped, this has happened. And I'm like, I try my best to be like, I don't care. I'm going to build my business and I'm going to be a success anyway. I don't want to hear about it. I'm not interested. And, for the most part, I've been aware of what's going on, but trying my very, very best to ignore it. And until last night. So last night I was reviewing just cash and budgets for the month and just checking in on where everything was at, making sure forecasts look okay, thinking ahead for April. And I was reviewing my last bill from my VA. And my VA charges in US dollars because I use them through Upwork. So I have a developer and a VA that charge me in US dollars. And I was like, oh. And I turned to my husband and I was like, so with the dollar being crappy right now, what does that mean? Like, what does it mean for me paying in US dollars? And he's like, oh, it's bad. Like, it's going to cost a lot more to buy a US dollar. So things will be more expensive in US dollars. And I was like, oh, shit. And so I did have to reevaluate. I did have to tell my VA that, they can't work as much over the next few weeks, the next maybe even couple of months, just depending on how long all of this bullshit lasts. And it really sucked. Like, I think about them, how shit it must be when people have to reduce their time, just literally not because they're not doing a great job, but because their prices essentially doubled. But for them, it hasn't, obviously. For them, they're now receiving half of what they were getting, which really sucks. So that makes me feel like a piece of poo. But I mean, as a business owner, I just feel like you've got to do it, right? You really have to stay on top of your costs. You have to make hard decisions and you have to adjust. So if necessary, I'm probably going to pick up a little extra things that I was outsourcing, or go without if it's not mission critical. I just feel like, it's easy to put the blinkers on and let things get out of control. But as a business owner, you really do have to step up and respect yourself, respect your business, and not put yourself into a situation that you don't want to be in. And yes, I've got to go hustle harder. I've got to go make some more cash, got to make some more sales. Shout out to anyone who wants to sponsor this podcast. But absolutely, seriously, you've got to look at it. And, I'd really thought that the whole Trump thing wasn't going to have an impact on my business, or I wasn't going to let it have an impact on my business. But the fact of the matter is, world circumstances and economic changes may affect you in ways that are unexpected. For me, it is the price of the US dollar. So because I have contractors that I work with who charge in US dollars, that is going to be more expensive for the foreseeable future. So I need to manage their time a little bit more closely. And yeah, kind of sucks, but I just wanted to share that experience with you, especially if you haven't thought of that yet. Please go check anyone you're working with that charges in US dollars. It was a bit of an annoying eye-opener for me, but, I'm glad that I picked it up and can make adjustments so that I'm not stressing out in a few months' times. So Yeah, hope that helps. Hope my experiences help your business. Hope you're doing well. I think you're amazing for showing up here for yourself, for supporting your business, for supporting and chasing your dreams. You are incredible. And I will see you in the next episode of Spark TV.